Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome back. It's been a while as I've been on holidays. Thank you all for subscribing to my channel as it's flourishing. I appreciate your support and I enjoy reading all your comments. I'm excited to share a few video footage of what I captured for the bullet cocoons. Let's start off with my singular Myrmecia pyriformis queen. She had 6 larvae the last time we checked, but it seems that 3 of them have failed to cocoon and have sadly passed. She has 1 successful cocoon that looks like a brown sleeping bag. The other cocoon is still in the process of spinning, as you can just see the faded larvae inside. We are just waiting for the last larvae to spin. If you look carefully, you can see the cocoon slightly move as it's nearly finished completing the transformation. I'll check on them again in the next 2 weeks, as I don't want to disturb this process. I'm glad to see the last larvae has successfully spun her cocoon. Now it's the waiting game to see her workers arrive eventually. Moving on to a smaller species is my Myrmecia pilaventris. If you look very closely, you can see one of her larvae is hidden underneath the pile of substrate. It's currently in the process of trying to spin her cocoon. You can slightly see the larvae moving around. Here is the queen about to move her larvae out of the light, as she herself is sensitive to it and vibrations. As bullet larvae try to cocoon with their produced silk, they'll need substrate to help them protect their outer layer, just like the brown sleeping bag look I mentioned earlier. The queen guards the larvae and checks that it has enough substrate to successfully spin their cocoon. Over the past weeks, I've noticed that a few of the queens block their entrances during cocoon stage. Perhaps it has to do with humidity or any disturbance during the stage. Here, for example, is my Golosa setup, and you can see she also has blocked her tube at the entrance on the left side. Her larvae are soon to be cocooning. I'm not entirely sure why they do this, but it's certainly interesting. Let's have a sneak peek of my Myrmecia golosa. So far she has 1 successful cocoon, and the larvae nearby looks like they'll spin their cocoon shortly. The larvae on the left side looks skinny, unfortunately, and doesn't look like it will successfully cocoon. The sad truth about this stage is it can be frustrating as an ant keeper, as some are likely to fail or just didn't develop properly, such as this cocoon, even though it looks successful. Let's hope my Golosa larvae succeed in the next few weeks. It seems that 1 made it into a cocoon, and looking closely she had started to lay eggs again, which is great. On a more positive side, I'm happy to say that my Myrmecia pilisula's larvae has all successfully cocooned, just waiting for the last larvae to spin. She'll definitely need a new clean tube. I will check again next week. She's been a great mother so far, and she is constantly guarding and checking on her brood. If you haven't noticed, one of her cocoons is white, and it's recently developed. It was that last larvae that needed to cocoon from the previous clip. Here I want to show you my Myrmecia variant's progress. I apologize as the tube isn't clear, as they need a new tube also. They're much slower compared to the pilisula's progress, but I'm glad that there's 1 cocoon at least. That 1 skinny larvae doesn't look good, as it may pass because it looks too weak or it's not developing properly. We will have to check back on her in about a month so we don't disturb them too much. Checking in again after a while, the queen and worker now have 2 cocoons, but that skinny larvae has sadly failed to develop as I predicted due to how thin it was. I'm not sure on the reasons why some larvae develop without cocooning. It's kind of cool though, as you can see what the larvae would transform into inside the cocoon. I may have lost a few larvae, but I see the queen has laid more eggs, and the eggs before are now tiny larvae. One of the cocoons is darkening, which is a good sign that a worker will emerge out from the cocoon soon. A slow progress for these guys, but they're getting there. Another slow progressing colony would be my Myrmecia pyriformis in the wave nest. You can see a few cocoons, but sadly a few larvae have failed, so I don't have as many. half the population of larvae seemed to drop over the past months. I hope this colony bounces back and has success with the rest of the larvae to cocoon. It's good to see the next generation have a good feed. I apologize as I couldn't get good camera angles on this colony. Let's now have a look at how my Myrmecia brevinota is doing. She's currently blocking the view of her larvae that's trying to cocoon, but she'll move eventually. I'm really glad to see that this larvae seems to be cocooning well, which looks promising. I always get nervous with the bigger species as, in my experience, the larvae rates fail more than the smaller species. She's got 3 other larvae that look well fed and healthy. Hopefully they will be strong enough to cocoon soon. Unfortunately, she has ditched one larvae. The reasons could be that it's sick, or perhaps she focused feeding the other larvae, which could make this discarded one too weak to spin her cocoon. This is so sad, but it does happen sadly in our ant keeping experiences. We will check on her in the next few days. Looks like another larvae has recently spun to make her cocoon. Let's have a closer look with the macro lens. This moment felt special to capture as you can see the larvae moving and building her cocoon from the inside. We will check in about 2 months' time as I really don't want to disturb her anymore for now. It's sad to see that she has ditched a cocoon as well as a larvae before, but good news, she has laid eggs again, and most have now hatched into little larvae. I'm relieved to see she has at least 2 cocoons now. Her future second generation is already here growing. Speaking of generations, my Myrmecia fulvipes colony is going great so far. The queen has recently laid a heap of eggs. All the workers are thriving and there's lots of larvae that are soon to spin their cocoons, and have been. I might need another tube or to put them in a nest. During the time of filming this footage, I did get worried as 3 larvae looked too skinny and was likely to fail. When not checking on them for 2 weeks, I hope the others have made it. What a relief to see about 9 successful cocoons. The heat core did the trick for them. I've had a few failed larvae sadly, but they're still thriving. Here's a clip of the queen guarding one of her cocoons. Another thriving colony is yet another Myrmecia pyriformis that I have recently moved into a nest. I will have a link down below so you can check out the great move for them. There is a massive ton of larvae in this nest, so I wasn't worried about not capturing the cocoon stage. Enjoy watching some footage of them spinning their cocoons, as it looks like they got tucked into bed. I apologize for the coloration of these clips as it looks cloudy. I hope you guys enjoyed the footage I captured of the bull ant cocoon stage. I plan to make a future video on how to have a higher success rate with bull ant cocooning, as many ant keepers find this stage a challenge. I do want to give out tips and advice on how to improve their success rate. Please do let me know in the comments if you would be interested. See you guys in my next video.